Здравейте! Както и бях казал в предишното видео, днес искам да ви разкажа за бруталните нередности и фалшификации около вота в Америка. Тъй като често да ви кажа, малко ми писна облъчването на нашите мейнстрим медии, как по цял ден ви обясняват как само в България има нередности с вота, как само в България не се спазва върховенството на закона, а в другите страни всичко е цветя и рози. За Америка, която е страната на правосъдието. Така че искам малко да ви поразбия илюзиите и да видите, че в Америка се случват същите брутални манипулации, както и тук. Като за начало ще започнем с прослутите машини. Знаете, тук са доста популярни с лесната си манипулация. И в Америка явно не е трудно, така че нека да започнем първо с нередностите около машиния вод в Америка. Вижте.
You want to access Colorado's voting computers, you could have done that for about many months, actually, if you wanted to, if you had physical access to the machines and the passwords, which were available wide open for you on the Secretary of State's websites. That's because the passwords for voting, the voting machines all over Colorado were available right on the Secretary of State's website for months. You can't make this up. I mean, how in the hell did this happen? How did they get there? Well, in fact, they were put there by the Democrat Secretary of State, Jenna Griswold's own office. Yes, they put them there. Now they've admitted as much only after being caught in the act. Watch.
They found out about the breach 5 days ago, but only started changing the leaked passwords after that security issue was made public. Tonight, 9 News investigates why Griswold dragged her feet on securing the voting machines and telling county clerks about the breach. Here's Marshall Zellinger.
Voting machines used by county clerks are listed on the Colorado Secretary of State's website by serial number, by county, by model, and vendor. And apparently, up until last week, there was a hidden tab next to inventory that, when unhidden, showed one of 2 passwords needed to make changes to each computer. And Democratic Secretary of State Jenna Griswold knew about this on Thursday and did not start having any of the passwords changed until it became public on Tuesday. She also did not notify county clerks until it became public.
She should be fired. This is absolute election negligence. You knew about it, you didn't alert other individuals to fix it, and you only copped to it after the media found out about it and called you on it. That's what happened here.
And also don't forget, that's the same lady that spearheaded trying to get Trump off the ballot in Colorado.
If Jenna Griswold looks familiar to you, you'll recall that this is the very same person that tried to remove Trump from the Colorado ballot because she labeled him an insurrectionist.
My larger reaction is disappointment. I do believe that states should be able, under our Constitution, to bar oath-breaking insurrectionists. And ultimately, this decision leaves open the door for Congress to act to pass authorizing legislation. But we know that Congress is a nearly non-functioning body. So ultimately, it will be up to the American voters to save our democracy in November.
This was a unanimous decision, and
It was not a unanimous decision. In fact, the dissenting judges are currently on the ballot. So if you're a Colorado voter, the justices Boatwright and Birkencotter were 2 of the 3 that dissented on that opinion from the Colorado Supreme Court. So if you agree with them, you should vote them back into office. So I don't know why she said that.
Yeah, that's weird. So who is investigating this election disaster? Don't worry. The very same people that leaked the passwords are now investigating it. Jenna Griswold's own office is investigating herself. How's that going to go?
Who will investigate the password leak from your office?
Well, we're disclosing what happened. If we are in a situation where we have good information to know that there is a security threat, we will notify and I will take action. But that's just not where we're at.
So just want to make sure I've got a clear answer to that question. It sounds like what you're saying is the only people investigating the actions of your office are your office, unless I'm mistaken. Is there an outside agency that's investigating what happened in your office?
Well, what happened in my office is very straightforward.
It's very straightforward.
We fucked up. That's what happened.
We
and
put out these passwords, and so we're going to look into ourselves.
Yeah.
We're going to navel gaze into ourselves and investigate ourselves.
И ако си мислите, че само това е проблема с машините в Америка, че са изтекли пароли в Колорадо, а иначе навсякъде другаде всичко е наред с машинния вод, опитайте пак.
So the laundry list of voting irregularities is astonishing right now across the country. We could literally do a show for 4 hours today going through all of the reports across the United States. This is not a conspiracy theory, but here's one of the latest ones that just came in about 2 hours ago. I'll share this one with you out of Kentucky. So here's another one in Kentucky. Voters there are reporting they cannot click on Trump's name. Watch. This is happening from multiple reports, not just one person with a camera. I am trying to vote for Donald Trump. Keep trying to vote for Donald Trump. Oh, you know what? You don't want to vote for Donald Trump, and it switches it to Kamala Harris. Can we play that again? It's unbelievable. I'm pressing Donald Trump. I'm pressing Donald Trump's name, and no. It won't let me press Donald Trump. It just flips it right over to Kamala Harris. I mean, you can see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll try with my thumb now. How about with my other finger? Oh, that one will work? Oh, sure. But you want Kamala.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that's happening. We told you yesterday where you can report these kind of things. The Justice Department says that they have 94 field offices available and waiting for these kind of things to investigate. Will they do it? I don't know. I share your pessimism, but it's there, right?
Yeah.
Много хубаво се получава. Искате да гласувате за Тръмп, натискате, но получавате кака ви Камила Харис. Изключително приятно. И ако си мислите сега, добре, машините са проблем, трябва да бъдат премахнати, но като изключим това, всичко друго в Америка си върви изключително добре с вота. Ами пак бъркате, тъй като може би някой сте чули, може и да не сте, но от месеци се върти новината, че ще бъдат използвани изключително голям брой от нелегалните имигранти, от студентите, които нелегално ще гласуват за един или друг от кандидатите, като повече склони към кака ви Камила да гласуват за нея. И също това беше, нали, така една голяма конспиративна теория, че заради това границите падат, за да може Байден и компания, Демократическата партия, да си гарантира, ако не вота на американците, то малко нелегален вод от емигрантите и студентите, които идват в страната. Разбира се, това беше една голяма конспиративна теория, на която никой не вярваше, поне докато един китайски студент не беше хванат да го прави. И единствената причина този китайски студент да бъде хванат, че нелегално гласува за президентските избори, че той самия, тъй като го е гождил съвестта дали няма да бъде хванат и че извършва престъпление, не е отишъл в офиса да си иска обратно подадената бюлетина. И така се разкрива, като това дори толкова се развихри и стана популярно в Америка, толкова доби популярност с тази новина, че дори Върховният съд трябваше да се намеси. Така че, нали, конспиративна теория, може би е само единичен случай на този студент, но да ви кажа, малко съмнявам. Но вижте и за какво точно ви говоря в кратки репортаж, който направиха Клейтън и Натали. Вижте.
Widespread reports of illegal immigrants voting on U.S. elections, and now the Supreme Court has stepped in. First, news overnight out of Michigan. Michigan officials have charged a Chinese national for illegally voting in the election at an early voting site in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And the only reason he was busted is because he asked the clerk to get his ballot back after he submitted it.
After he got home, he had an attack of conscience and said, I shouldn't have done that.
I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should ask for it back. So, in other words, he voted and it was already registered. They didn't check it. They had no trouble with him voting. The only reason we found out about it is because he had a crisis of conscience. That's it. The Chinese national had registered to vote on Sunday using his student ID and another documentation to establish residency. Then, after he voted, he contacted the city's clerk's office and attempted to retract the illegal vote. However, his ballot was already processed through the tabulator. So it counted. So Kamala Harris got a vote in Michigan.
We don't know how he voted.
That's true.
Много интересна и свежа новина, нали? Китайско студентче, гласувал, след това е хванат, че е нелегално, го е направил, но вече е влязъл в системата, така че айде, минава и този глас, нищо, че е незаконен, няма проблеми, просто много свежо. Наистина тези избори в Америка протичат по един изключително свеж и много прозрачен начин. Точно както в България, но все пак там е върховенство на закона. Тук също сме върховенство на закона, така че горе-долу вече почваме да се уравновесяваме и да ставаме точно като тях или те като нас. Не съм сигурен. И разбира се, ако това не ви стига да разберете колко честни ще бъдат изборите в Америка, имам и още една новина за вас. Тя е, че така лекичко някой, и то в множество щати, подпалва избирателни кутии. Да, малко Америка се пръща като страна от третия свят, но всичко е точно, важно е демокрация да върви. Вижте и този материал.
Already setting ballot boxes on fire in Oregon, Washington state, in the swing districts where Trump is polling very, very strong. Overnight, Clark County, Washington, had another ballot box set on fire. This in addition to the ones in Vancouver, Washington, and in Oregon. This is the United States of America. You look at this, you'd be like, oh, that's probably happening in some third world country right now. No, that's the United States of America.
Да, Клейтън, за съжаление това е Америка, в това се превърна. Да живее анархията, а искам да кажа демокрацията. Това ще бъде за днешното видео, надявам се да ви е харесало, ако е така, абонирайте за канала, дайте и лайк, напишете един коментар, така много ще ми помогнете да мога да го популяризирам, защото знаете, подобен тип информация едва ще видите някъде другаде, така че ще ви бъда много благодарен, ако ме подкрепите. Това ще бъде за днес, ще се видим следващия път, чао!